The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark.
Lord, to you, Lord.
The Pharisees approached Jesus and asked, "Is it lawful for a husband to divorce his wife?" They were testing him. He said to them in reply, "What did Moses command you?" They replied, "Moses permitted a husband to write a bill of divorce and dismiss her." But Jesus told them, "Because of the hardness of your hearts, he wrote you this commandment. But from the beginning of creation, God made them male and female. For this reason, a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, no human being must separate." In the house, the disciples again questioned Jesus about this. He said to them, "Whoever divorces his wife and marries another commits adultery against her. And if she divorces her husband and marries another, she commits adultery." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you, Deacon Glenn, for proclaiming the good news for us this morning. As some of you may know, I'm a fan of Notre Dame. It may have come out in one of my homilies or opening remark. Don't worry, they didn't play yesterday, so my blood pressure is fine. If I was an Alabama fan, well, that's another story. Well, anyway, on September 13th, Father Robert Dowd was installed as the new president of Notre Dame. I found his remarks both humbling and insightful. Towards the end of his speech, after pointing out an impressive view of the future of the university, he turned the audience's attention to a familiar building on campus, the main building that has that gold dome. It's the administration building. And on top of that gold dome is a statue of the Blessed Mother. Very, very beautiful statue of the Blessed Mother. Father Dowd went on to say that everyone that walks on campus must remember that our Blessed Mother knew what it was like to suffer. She never lost her empathy for others. Despite what she experienced, she is tender, true, compassionate, resilient, hopeful, and as we know, full of grace. Then he pointed out, he goes, that the statue of our Blessed Mother has arms and hands that are open to God and open to others. He said her arms and hands are open, never closed off to anyone, always ready to embrace. This Sunday, we celebrate Respect Life Sunday. And like the Blessed Mother, our arms should always be open to the gift of life, from conception to natural death. Now, as I see it, we can be like that statue, sitting above the gold dome, fully open, and our hands never closed. For when our arms are fully closed and we're sitting on our hands tucked away, we close ourselves off to a very special gift, and that is the gift of life. In all the studies and all the times that I have spent in prayer, I have to hope to continue to have a profound revelation, to be open to life at all levels. As the magnificent statue on top of Notre Dame building stands out, I want to be open. I'm not saying, the old saying, if it feels good, do it. No. I want to be open to the life that God has promised me, and a life that is indeed open to life. Now let me stop right here. If you don't know where the church stands on abortion, then you've been hiding under a rock. Be open every day to the opportunity that our God in heaven gives us to choose life. I look around at my brothers and sisters, and so do you, see the events that are unfolding, that is doing everything in its power to destroy life. The words that are coming out of our politicians, how people are treated and disrespected, how we may have a view of a person because of a different color, speaks a different language, wants to come and make a new home in the United States. Someone that could be different from us, but is indeed a child of God. Choose life. Choose life. For life is sacred. Life is a mystery. Life must be protected, nurtured, and respected. Speak up for life. There's an old story that is told in Ireland about a man that dies and he goes to heaven. And St. Peter greets him at the gate. And the man says to St. Peter, I want to come. I want to come into heaven. And St. Peter says, fine. Show me your scars. And the man says, I have no scars. And St. Peter says, wasn't there anything worth fighting for on earth? What are we fighting for? What are we fighting for when it comes to the gift of life and our own wonderful gift of life? The gospel of life is the centerpiece of the church's social teaching, written by St. John Paul the Great. In a summary that I can share with you about this magnificent document, it was written to address the value of human life. It maintains that societies and individuals, especially Christians, should do everything in their power in this life to respect the dignity of every person, no matter the color of their skin, no matter the language that they speak or the religion that they practice. We must respect each other. As I said at the beginning of Mass, we may not agree with them, but we respect them. Remember when the pandemic came out and coronavirus was introduced to the world? How our Asian brothers and sisters were walking down the streets and they were beaten up for no apparent reason. Our Jewish brothers and sisters walking down the street today, and they too are being beaten up. How we have a history of repression, how we have a history of omission. That's not what the gospel of life is all about. Male, female, black, brown, white, straight, gay, religion, oh heck, all human life must be respected. We may not agree, but must be respected. All are welcome. Really? Are they? Into our hearts? You know, we're singing a bunch of songs this weekend that talk about love. It's easy to sing about love, but it's very hard for us at times to practice that love. So I'm going to leave you with this one image, and that is the image of the Blessed Mother on top of that building, on top of that gold dome, with her arms open, her hands open. Let us be like that statue of the Blessed Mother and be open to life.